In 10 years in Boston, the only thing Jaylen Brown may have done wrong was make too much money. He helped bring Banner 18 back to Boston. He became a Finals MVP, and somehow, that still was not enough to protect him from the Celtics books. On July 25, 2023, Brown, as a key piece in Boston's push for Banner 18, landed a 5-year, $304 million supermax extension. Celtics owner Wyc Grousbeck and president of basketball operations Brad Stevens were never eager to carry a contract that massive. But at that time, the Celtics were one step away from truly contending for a championship. It was like walking away from your starting five right before the finals. You cannot suddenly break up the group right before reaching the end of the journey. For the sake of the franchise's 18th championship, the coldly pragmatic Stevens was unhappy inside. But he still signed the extension. Now that Banner 18 has been won, it is time for the reckoning. Paul Pierce played 15 years for the Celtics, only to become part of the deal that turned an aging core into future draft capital late in his career. Marcus Smart, the heart and soul of the Celtics for 9 years, was sent away overnight. And now, the next target of this asset management cycle is Brown, a 10-year veteran, the Finals MVP of the 2024 championship team, the Finals MVP, and he was ruthlessly sent to the Sixers for what many saw as far less than full value. This is how a historic NBA franchise operates. They have never had much warmth. They have never cared much about emotional bonds. No matter how much greatness a player once created for Boston, if he costs the team $1 too much, he has to pack up and leave. Maybe cold-bloodedness is simply the foundation of this Eastern Conference giant. Maybe turning sentiment into assets is what they call championship pedigree. Grousbeck already sold at the top and walked away. In the second month after the Celtics won Banner 18, the shrewd New England businessman chose to sell high. He sold a controlling stake in the Celtics at a valuation of more than $6.1 billion, and went off to enjoy the sunshine by the beach. William Chisholm, the new owner who bought in at a record price, started to have second thoughts once he realized that operating a team still meant spending hundreds of millions of dollars every year. Starting last summer, Chisholm gave Stevens one mission: cut costs, shed salary, and get cheaper. Brown, holding the second largest contract on the Celtics, was always going to be the one who got cut. Starting 2 years ago, Brown had already been trapped in trade rumors. Every year, there were serious-sounding reports that the Celtics were preparing to use Brown to trade for Giannis. In the mind of the front office, Giannis was a better player than Brown, and his contract was shorter. That obviously made him more cost-effective. For 3 years, the Giannis rumors felt like a false alarm. This summer, it almost became real. If the Bucks had pulled the trigger, Brown would already be in Milwaukee right now. Brown survived it once, but he could not survive it forever. 1 week after the Giannis trade was finally settled, Stevens sent Brown to the Sixers. This trade had nothing to do with basketball. No matter how many small flaws Brown may have, he is still a top-tier two-way wing in this league. A 36-year-old Paul George has no business being compared to him. In today's NBA, how many stars can carry a team by themselves through an entire regular season? And Brown did not just carry the team through the season. He led them to the second-best record in the East. That is real ability. That is the real impact Brown brings through his elite physical tools and actual basketball value. As for the declining George, forget leading a team. The question is whether he can even survive an 82-game regular season. To put it bluntly, the Celtics just wanted to save money. They were even willing to use an ugly and disrespectful method to force out Jaylen. Compared with Brown, the only advantage the 36-year-old George has is a shorter contract. Even if George's body is made of glass, and even if his play keeps declining, you only have to get through 2 years. Brown is different. That $60 million annual number is written clearly in black and white. The Celtics still have to pay him for 3 more years. Next summer, if Brown asks for another max extension, should they give it to him or not? If they do not, conflict will erupt, and the locker room could become a problem again. If they do, that $60 million burden will feel like an endless loop hanging over the Celtics books, a painful headache they cannot get rid of. Between making themselves uncomfortable and making the player uncomfortable, Celtics ownership and the front office both chose the latter. This is how an Eastern Conference powerhouse handles its business. For a little bit of financial profit, they are willing to throw away both dignity and decency. As for the shattered team culture, they can always hide behind tradition, as if there is no awkwardness that a retired jersey cannot solve. As long as the Celtics are willing to hang a player's retired jersey high above TD Garden, he instantly becomes part of the franchise's great history, as if all the old grudges can be erased in a single stroke. Clearly, in Boston, nobody truly cares how beautiful the basketball looks anymore. After all, Boston's three-point obsessed front office is convinced they have already cracked the code of the game. They are mysteriously confident that in this era, you can win just by mindlessly throwing up threes. If everyone is just shooting threes, stars shoot them, rookies shoot them, minimum contract veterans shoot them too. So why not just find cheaper players? When a team reaches this point, it has already forgotten the essence of basketball. It has forgotten the original spirit of competition.